Mike, thank you for joining me today. Mike Wolber of G5. How are you doing? How are you enjoying your first MRI Ascend conference?
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, happy to be here. It's been super positive for us. We've got a big team here. We sent 4 people.
Yeah.
First show for us. We're new to the product partner program since
Yeah.
May, and so far lots of learning, lots of client engagement, seen some prospects as well, and we've loved the MRI team.
Great. Let's start with you. Who are you? What brought you to the G5 family?
Yeah, so I've been working in technology for about 10 years.
Okay.
So I got my start working for Nike. I was up at their world headquarters up in Beaverton, just outside of Portland.
Okay.
And over 5 years, I worked in systems all through the product creation space. And I fell in love with world-class technology because we were implementing big companies like Tableau or SAP to solve our challenges.
Yeah.
And I decided that I wanted to go be a problem solver. And so found this great company called G5 that was really solving a problem or a need in multifamily marketing.
Yeah.
And over the last 5 years, I've been involved in sales, marketing, and product, and being a problem solver in multifamily. It's been amazing.
Great. And mentioning Tableau and stuff, and I want to kind of gear this conversation towards data.
Yeah.
And big data is the big phrase that you hear at this conference. You're hearing a lot about big data becoming smart data.
Yep.
What does that mean to you in your world? Where does big data and smart data, how does that come into everything that you're doing?
Yeah, it's a huge conversation. And we've been talking a lot to our customers that at this point there's too much data. And
Yeah.
what it's doing is marketers, business owners, operators, they now have blind spots because they're looking at so many different things. The question becomes, are you looking at the right things? And so at G5, we really believe that marketing should be your operational advantage, using yesterday's data to inform how you market tomorrow.
Sure. Yeah.
And one of the reasons that we're so excited to be partnered with MRI is that you can now take best-in-class technologies, integrate them, and publish dashboards that are centralized, so you no longer have to go to multiple sources, you can go to one source.
Yeah.
So we really believe that there should be one version of the truth when it comes to data,
Sure.
to consolidate what decisions matter to you, the marketer, the business owner, the most, so that we can come solve those.
So most of these organizations at this point have, in some instances, thousands of data touch points, right, across all of their different residents and the property managers. How do you determine what data is relevant?
Yeah, so it's an interesting question, and I think the way that we approach data really becomes about the challenges that you're facing and the decisions you need to make, and making sure that we meet you in the middle.
Yeah.
And so making it about on-site operations, making it about being more efficient, making it about being a better individual tomorrow than you were today by using data,
Mm-hmm.
and not making it overwhelming. Those all become really important for us. And then integrating that approach is important for us too. And what I mean by that is that if we can connect your marketing experience and the prospective resident touch points that G5 controls
Yeah.
in with your operating software in a company like MRI, and then show you how your marketing is impacting your actual operating, at the actual location or community, that becomes the beautiful overlap.
Sure. So for organizations that are at this conference, real estate focused, property management focused even, what are some successful companies doing with their data, with the relevant data for them to really put them and give them a competitive edge in the market?
Yeah, I think one of the big things that we're starting to see is that companies are no longer just focusing on marketing or acquisition. We're seeing them use that same data to now impact retention.
Yeah.
And how can you, gauge the sentiment in your given community to understand which residents are most likely to renew and which ones might be at risk. And there are lots of data touch points you can now aggregate to create some what we would call leading indicators,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can now be a little bit more proactive with actually taking control of your current community, no longer just having to focus on acquisition.
Sure. So a lot of people here hearing all these messages, hearing all of these things, and they might be interested. What advice would you give to somebody who says, I have all this data, we're keeping it all in this repository, we know that there's value here, what do you do next?
Yeah, I mean, it's always important when you're in any level of business to understand who your key stakeholders are, understand what they need, and then to back up or reverse engineer the right reports, the right cadences, all of those kinds of things to make sure that you're seeing what you need, but also making sure that you put some processes into place, things like automation,
Mm-hmm.
so you're not spending all of your time data mining.
Yeah.
Because when you're spending all of your time in data or in reporting dashboards, analytics, you name it, well, you're not spending time with your customers. You're not spending time on new deals. You're not
You're not
spending time.
proactively acting on the
Exactly.
data that you're compiling.
And so what we really try to say is less is more.
Sure.
Because if you get lost in that stuff, you're not working on the more important aspects of your business. The data should be telling you what to do, and you should be spending most of your time going and doing it.
Brilliant. So what's new and exciting at G5? What are the things that you're touting here at the conference this year?
Yeah, one of the newest technologies that we're really excited to be talking about is that we've recently uncoupled our advertising product.
Okay.
And so what I mean by that is that our biggest product is currently a website. So we've got really great websites, and we actually just launched the MRI demo website through our platform. But we used to have to do advertising only on G5 websites. It was a bit of a limiter for us.
Mm-hmm.
So now if you've got a really nice website that you're already using, but you've got a lead generation problem, we can now do really great advertising for you with your MRI integration on any website in the market. So that's been a big advancement for us. We call it smart digital advertising.
Fantastic. So if people want more information on you, Mike, or on G5 in general, where can people find you?
The best place to send people would probably be to our website. It's getg5.com.
Okay.
I'm personally really active on social. So if you go to LinkedIn, I'm super active, just Mike Wolber.
Yeah.
And outside of that, I'd say our Instagram is a fun place just to catch up with what's going on in the community up in Bend, Oregon.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mike. I truly appreciate it. I am going to get you one of these Building Success Real Estate Vibes t-shirts.
Happy to rock it.
Enjoy the rest of the conference, man.
All right. Thanks, Nick.
Yep.